What up, people? Welcome to another episode of Sports and Superheroes. This is episode number 20. So close to drinking age. Yes, 20 episodes down. Appreciate y'all coming through for the first time or for another time. If this is your first time, appreciate you. If you've been here before, thanks for coming back. But yeah, this is a podcast we do where we talk about sports and superhero entertainment news of the week. I am your superhero host, Gershon, and my co-host is
Marcus. I got your sports for this week. I think we got a lot to talk about this week. So if you're ready, let's just dive right into it.
Yes, we got quite a bit. Before we do, go ahead and hit that subscribe button. If you haven't hit the subscribe button on YouTube, go ahead and hit that. Hit that like button, shows that support. Also, check out our social media, Instagram, TikTok, all that stuff is in the description down below and everything. But sorry, I'm stumbling trying to find it. We have a voice message, which is going to lead to our first superhero story. So without further ado, here is a voice message. And if you want to send a voice message, it's down in the description. You click and send a minute-long voice message. Any questions, superhero, or sports related. So here is our voice message. Hold on. It didn't play because I got my headphones on. Technical difficulty.
We'll get it together.
It happens. This happens. And we're not editing this out. We're not editing it out. All right. Let's start this one.
Get a peek behind the scenes a little bit.
Sometimes things go right. Sometimes they go wrong. And now I don't know how to go back.
Uh-oh.
Okay, hold on.
So I am not here for all the Ironheart hate. Like, I understand why some people feel that way, but I don't support it. First, they definitely should have dropped the preview, but at the same time as Superman. Like, not everybody has the bandwidth or the interest to see two major previews in the same week, let alone the same couple days. So we already started at a deficit by competing with one of the greatest. But then you have all of the different elements of who she is as a person that I think makes the show worth considering. Like, we know her backstory. She's young, she's black, she's a genius, from MIT, she's from Chicago. It just doesn't get any more real than that. But I think for some people, maybe it's a little too liberal, or as folks like to say, a little too woke. I know there's also chatter about her being part of the LGBTQ community. So, I mean, based on today's politics and society, it doesn't surprise me that you have a lot of haters out there. But go reread. Can't wait for the show.
There you go. Thank you, anonymous caller, because you can be anonymous. You don't have to put your name, and they put down anonymous. Yes, that leads into our first story. Yes, the trailer got a lot of backlash. People was like, no one asked for this. Why is we putting women in this? Marvel, you have other characters. Why are you doing this? And then there was like, oh, there's a lot of people feel that she's trying to replace Iron Man. And technically, she was created in a time where Iron Man had died in the comic books. So she was not an alternate version, but another kind of Iron Suit person. But there's been a couple different Iron Suit people down the road that no one else complains about those people. But yes, it is disheartening to see the nerd community continuously do this for women and minority characters. Every time they're in the lead of some Marvel, DC, superhero show, comic book, movie, you see them be they use the woke thing, and I really hate that. But the fact is that women and minorities are in these superhero pieces of content. They're in these worlds, so there's nothing wrong with showing them. And it's if you don't like it, cool. Don't like it, don't watch it, but you don't have to hate on it. You don't have to get on the internet and write 62-page report about how you hate Riri and she shouldn't be in the Iron Man suit and all this other stuff. It makes no sense. Like if it's not for you, cool, but it might be for somebody else. Because you didn't do that with every comic book you ever read. Every time a comic book you read it and you didn't do great, you didn't go blast it on the internet how terrible it is and all this stuff. No, you read it, you said okay, and you moved on to the next comic book. That's how it should work. If you don't like the show, you can critique the show once it comes out. Once it comes out, and you can tell us things you don't like about the show, but you also can tell us things you like about the show. But this show hasn't even come out yet. You just got a trailer of what might be in the show. So that's very disheartening. We're used to seeing things that put us in the forefront, us in the spotlight, and how people critique it immediately and act like it's less than because it's us in front. Just like Sinners, people critiqued it before it really came out, and now it's one of the biggest horror movie films in decades. The highest grossing horror movie ever to hit theaters, and that was a movie that people thought was going to be shit. Amazing movie. It's put Ryan Coogler back on the map because he was already on the map with Black Panther, then got on the map with Creed. Now he's back on the map. He's just becoming a signature director. His style is impeccable. His vision amazing, and now we can add his writing on top of that because he wrote that movie as well. So it's just sometimes you got to give something a chance. And if you don't like it, cool. That don't mean you have to bash it. Just say, hey, that wasn't for me. I didn't like aspects of it. I like what they were trying to do, but it wasn't made for me. Because everything isn't made for everyone. Sometimes things are just made for other people, for them to enjoy, to see themselves in that moment, for them to get an inspiration of doing something down the road. So let it go. But as I spoke of, Ryan Coogler is an executive producer on this show. He came out and told us that he feels the show is a mix between Daredevil Born Again and WandaVision. So it's really tech, street level, and magic fused together. And this origin story of Riri Williams, of her trying to be on the path of greatness and do something iconic. I wish he didn't say it was like Daredevil because Daredevil Born Again wasn't my favorite piece of Marvel media. I watched it. I like aspects of it. And hopefully those aspects are being pushed into the Ironheart series that I liked. But there's other aspects I did not like, but I didn't go bashing it. I just said it wasn't for me, that I didn't like it. Or maybe I bashed it a little bit, but not overly negative. But that's just how I felt about it. I am still excited for the show. I am not gonna lie to you. I haven't read Riri's origin story, her like first issues, 19 comic books, I believe, and I seen a couple people on TikTok. This one guy was bashing the trailer, and he was like, "Why is this person here?" And a comic book reader came back at him, was like, "This is her origin story." He was complaining that you didn't see her in her costume, her suit that she has on her comic book, which is a sleeker suit, which is a cool suit. He wants to see that suit, but this is her origin where she works to get to that level of expertise to get to that suit. So I get that. I wish they would have started a little closer to that, but I understand what he was saying. Once again, give the show time. It hasn't come here yet. Let's see the first episodes and then give a better critique on the show. What do you think, Marcus?
Uh, that with people, it's always easy. It's easier to bash something that you like the show hasn't even come out yet, but it's easier to bash something from a trailer or something that you find that you dislike. It's easier to do that than
Hmm.
wait for it and give it any kind of praise.
Yeah,
Um, and I will say one thing about the superhero community: they are very consistent. You know what you know when certain things come out, you know what you're going to get from them. I will give them that.
very true.
They're very consistent. But yeah, like
Very
how can
true.
you discredit and decide you like really dislike? So I don't use the word hate often because I feel like it's a really powerful, strong word. But how can you determine you dislike something so much that hasn't even came out yet? You haven't seen that one episode yet, but just off of a trailer, you've made up your mind completely about a whole show that you haven't even seen yet. I think
Yeah,
that's silly, in my personal opinion, but it is what it is.
true. But we will get to see the first three episodes comes out June 24th. So they're dropping three episodes that first night of the show. So that's going to give you a real good feel of what the show is, where they're going with it, how it's presenting itself, what it's about. So you get to watch three episodes right off the bat. I don't know how many episodes are in the show in total. Let me see if I can Google it right quick. Um, but there was the not dolphin, orchid, or I think that's what it's called. Harry's work is by Indian for it the year. Okay, that's not what I want to hear either. But I think it's 6 to 7 episodes. Number
Mhm.
I think it's six. So I don't know if they're gonna drop three that first week and then drop the next three the next week. To if they don't think the show is great, they might just burn through it to get it out to make it a binge watch, and that might have the opposite effect. That might make it seem like a better show than what they expected because you get all those episodes at once. Sometimes some shows do better as a binge, and some shows do better as a long drawn out series week to week. Um, and so we've been restructured to get used to binging a whole show in a night from when we used to watch a show weekly. So you watch it, you talk about it for a week, and you go back to the next episode. We've come out of that, and streaming has got us out of that, but they also trying to get us back into the weekly thing and not the binge thing. So we'll see what happens with that. But yeah, let us know down below. Are you excited still for the Ironheart show? Are you a hater? Let us know. Are you a hater? It's okay. If you're a hater, be a hater. Just let us know. I like to see my haters. Uh, but yeah, let us know down in the comments which one you are. Over here, we excited for show. Like I told you, I'm gonna watch it because it felt like us. And I'm not even from Chicago, but I can see it felt like Chicago, but it also felt like black people. And it's hard to find shows that feel like you and represent you. So I hope there's more black men in it though. I didn't see a lot of black men in the trailer, so that would be my one critique. Make sure y'all have some black men in that show. That would be greatly appreciated. But yeah, that is the first story of the night. Marcus, go ahead, hit us with some sports.
Okay, so I know if you're watching this episode, many of you might have noticed that I was looking down quite a bit as the show started. And that's because right as we started to record, there was some breaking news. Jim Irsay of the Indianapolis Colts, the owner, has passed away at the age 65.
Oh,
It was just announced, I think probably like an hour ago. Um, he
oh,
Under his ownership, the Colts enjoy a lot of success, including a Super Bowl victory. Uh, Irsay was also known for his music collection and mental health advocacy initiative with Kicking the Stigma. Irsay became the sole owner of the Colts when he inherited the team from his father in 1997 after he was previously named the youngest general manager in franchise history in 1984.
Mm.
Um, and then, and the team, when he took over, they had moved from Baltimore, Maryland to the Indianapolis. The
Mm.
wild thing about that was they pretty much they moved the team in the middle of the night from Baltimore to
Oh
Indianapolis.
wow.
Yes. At the time, his father's on the team, Robert Irsay. And yeah,
Okay.
at that moment, I always said, I always heard that story. Like, yeah, they moved the Colts in the middle of the night. Uh, RIP to Jim Irsay and
Mm.
to him and his family. Just want to start off with that.
Yeah. Thoughts and prayers to his family.
Uh, Now that's okay. Let's start with the WNBA.
Okay.
Uh, Season just started this past Friday.
Mm-hmm.
Uh, I'm not going to go through all the games. I'm just going to hit some of the big name players and their stats and how they did. Um, Start with Kelsey Plum. She was played for the Las Vegas Aces. She got traded in the offseason to the LA Sparks. She had herself a good game. First game, she had 37 points, 5 steals, 6 assists, and 2 rebounds. Um, that was Friday night. On Saturday, Aja Wilson of the Las Vegas Aces, many would consider Aja Wilson as the best player in the league right now.
Mm-hmm.
Many, but there will be some who would argue that
Yeah.
she's not. But Aja Wilson had 31 points, 16 rebounds, and 3 assists. Rihanna Stewart of the New York Liberty had 25 points, 8 rebounds, and 3 assists. And her teammate Sabrina Ionescu, she didn't have that much of that good of a game. I mean, she's a shooter, good shooter. She only had 8 points, 7 boards, and 4 assists. Um,
Mm.
and then the Las Vegas Aces and New York Liberty had played each other against each other. Paige Beckers in her WNBA debut, she did all right. She plays for the Dallas Wings. She had 10 points, 7 rebounds, and 2 assists. Not
Okay.
bad, her
Yeah.
rookie first game. So now we're going to get to the meat and potatoes and the game that's still being talked about today
Yeah.
because of what happened. So Saturday, the Indiana Fever played the Chicago Sky in Indiana. Indiana won in a blowout. Like it wasn't even close. 93 to
Mm-hmm.
58. And I would like to give credit because Indiana picked up a lot of good players in the all season to help out with Caitlin Clark. They
Mm-hmm.
actually, put a team around her.
Mm-hmm.
Um, and then I was looking at the stats. The Indiana Fever held the Chicago Sky under 20 points in every quarter of the game. I was like,
Jeez.
look at that. I was like, that's crazy. Like defense was tough. I didn't get to
Yeah.
watch the game on Saturday because I was out with the family traveling all over the place. But Angel Reese had 12 points, 17 rebounds, and 1 assist. Caitlin Clark balled out. She had a triple double. So that's a great way to start off the season. 20
It
points,
is.
10 boards, 10 assists. Um, so this is now I'm trying to get into what is constantly being talked about. Um, so during one play, Angel Reese was wide open near the basket. Caitlin Clark took a take foul. She fouled her. She gave her a little push in the back, but I also think that Angel might flopped a little bit,
It
right?
might be a little bit flop.
A little bit. So Angel quickly got up and was like, she said something. Caitlin Clark was walking away. Teammates got between the two. Um, at the refs, they reviewed the play. The refs ended up giving Caitlin Clark a flagrant foul, which they deemed it wasn't a basketball play. Angel Reese got a technical foul. Um, and then the game went on. Let's see. Well, I think earlier in the game, Angel Reese had fouled a Indiana Fever player pretty hard. So then they're like that happened, and then Caitlin Clark fouled Angel Reese, which I don't even think it was that hard to foul. Like that's what you're supposed to do if somebody's wide open. You take a foul.
Yeah, it was the first part of it, real basketball. The second push, that was not basketball, but it wasn't that hard of a push. Yeah,
yeah. I don't think it was. I don't think the foul was that bad at all. Like because like if I'm a player, I'm going to foul you so you can't get the ball up and get the shot up.
Exactly.
I'm grabbing both your arms. So
I'm not going to give you that and-1.
Right. So after the game, the reporters was asking Angel Reese about the foul, and she was still kind of upset about it, and she was just like, "Well, the refs got it right? That's what she said, more or less. The refs got the right call." They asked another question, and it's like, whatever. Next question. You can tell she wasn't really sure. And then and this is something I hate about this rivalry of Atrice and Caitlin Clark, because the media and fans, they turn it into something other than basketball.
Yeah.
Instead of just keeping it just basketball, they make it something bigger. And I say that because then RG3 came out and he had his comments about the game. And RG3 said, Angel Reese hates Caitlin Clark based on Reese's actions on the court in the press conference, particularly after a hard foul by Clark. He also said he assessed that this wasn't just a basketball rivalry, but stemmed from jealousy and resentment. And then RG3 claims that he could see the hate on Angel Reese's face.
Yeah, that was wild.
I'm like, what? So
that
then,
was wild.
Ryan Clark, who's also has a podcast as well as RG3, they used to be colleagues. So there, Ryan Clark shot back and it was like, he pretty much just called in RG3 a cornball and said that RG3 doesn't speak with black women. So I will say Ryan Clark also took it a step further than what it needs to instead of keeping it just basketball. Saying RG3 is a cornball.
So let me ask you that. Yeah. I didn't think he... Okay, go ahead.
He accused RG3 of playing into the narrative, demonizes Reese, and elevate Caitlin Clark, potentially based on racial stereotypes. He said that RG3 take was irresponsible, but not all surprising. And then Ryan Clark went on to say that RG3 don't talk to black women, so he doesn't understand what black women have to go through in America, and so he wouldn't understand it. And he took it farther. He even said that RG3 wouldn't understand because he's married to a white woman. Because I think, correct me if I'm wrong in the comments, but I think I heard that when RG3 made his comments, his wife was like in the background clapping.
She was.
So I didn't see the video. I just saw his long ass tweet. I'm like, I'm not reading all that shit, man. I got other stuff I need to read today. I'm not reading all that. So yeah, and then it was brought back to like Ryan Clark was being a hypocrite because he's claiming that RG3 wouldn't understand black women because he's married a white woman, but they're like, Ryan Clark, don't you have a baby by a white woman? And
that doesn't make any sense. What does that have to do with anything?
Right. And then it turned into RG3, like, had all these like milk comments on his Twitter. So the milkman, and he likes white milk and this and that.
I see something
and
said.
then he went and
If
deleted
it
all
ain't
his milk
snow,
tweets.
RG3 ain't going.
Yeah, yeah. And then fans put it up. So then apparently RG3 went to go delete all his milk tweets from off his Twitter or X or whatever you want to call it. It was a big ordeal. And I'm like, this has to be the most infamous foul and not WNBA history, but in basketball history in general.
Basketball history, period.
How did we go for a foul that wasn't really that hard and not that bad, and it turns into this big ordeal of race and
It
whatnot?
was
And I,
crazy.
I, I just hate this because,
I mean, so let me ask you this. Only reason do you feel Ryan Clark went too far what he said? Well, two questions. Do you think he went too far? And do you think it was an attack on RG3's family?
oh, it definitely was an attack on RG3 family.
Okay.
I don't think Ryan Clark likes RG3 because what is the point of bringing up his wife being white? That has nothing to do with it. Keep it basketball. This is what I hate. And it has nothing. You took personal shots. It's a basketball game that neither one of you two are in. Neither one of you two played basketball. You two are former football players. Keep it basketball. You see, this is what I'm saying. If I said is I don't think if I would have said I don't think RG Ryan Clark went too far, then I'll be a hypocrite myself. Because I keep saying keep it basketball. Why are we making this racial? It's not racial.
Okay.
It's basketball.
So let me ask you this. Do you think RG3 started out not keeping it basketball for the
Yes,
way he commented?
they
So
both in the wrong.
doesn't that open up? Only reason I say this is I didn't like the way RG because I seen RG3 do his response to Ryan Clark's thing, talking about some you attacked my family, you dishonored you took a personal shot at my family and all. And I was like, he didn't do anything that you didn't already do. You had your wife in that video. You already put her there. But he was commenting on the fact that you went to try to tear down a black woman and demonize her and say that she had hate in her eyes when you don't know this person. You don't hang out with that person. You only see that person through a screen, but you're putting these demon like things on this person for no reason other than it's going to get you clicks. Like you don't have a relationship with this person for you to feel you could say that about this person. That was a personal attack on that person. You didn't attack her how she was playing. You attacked her as a person, saying she hated Caitlyn, even though they've talked about how they don't hate each other. They understand this is rivalry and they feed into it because it's sports. Just like Larry Bird and Magic did it, they fed into it into a certain point. They was like, look, we hang out on the weekends sometimes. So whatever y'all doing, we doing. We not doing any of that. But I do agree with Ryan Clark the way RG3 came at Angel Reese and got so he got more biased racially for her than he's ever. There's been 100 different fouls in the NBA or WNBA, and he's never commented on any of those and took it to that extent. Did Ryan Clark go too far? I don't know because RG3 put himself in that position, especially by having his wife in the background cheering him on while he demeans this black woman. So you kind of set yourself up for that. You're going to put that out in the world. Don't be upset when somebody comes and check you about that. The whole thing with him, Ryan Clark, having a baby by a white woman doesn't matter. He's still married to a black woman. His whole point was you don't interact with black women to try to disregard what they're going through and put them down to raise someone else up. You didn't have to do
I,
that.
I was gonna say that's the part with Ray Clark I agree with. It's like you don't have to put down. I hate when people do that too. Don't put down one race of women to elevate another race of women. Like I hate when people do that.
That's
And like I said,
unnecessary.
I feel like RG3 went too far, and then Ryan Clark went further. I feel like they both wrong. Keep it basketball. They both went like personal. Like RG3, like you said, you don't know. You can see the hate in her eyes. She got
Yeah,
fouled.
that was wild.
She got what she felt like was a hard foul. She got up. She like, what the fuck are you doing? Caitlin Clark walked away, and that was it. Like, it's a heat of competition. Like, if I'm on a
Exactly.
basketball court and I feel like I got fouled too hard, I won't have the same reaction. And
Yeah.
it could be someone that I legitimately do not like on a basketball court. And then
Yep.
it's going to be that at the basketball. Then when I'm done playing, I'm done playing. I'm keeping basketball. And I know the next
And
time I
after
play this
that, we
person,
good after
I
that.
and after the next time I play that person playing basketball, I'm gonna try to destroy them on the basketball court. I'm gonna keep it sports, keep it basketball. I hate I hate that they like I said, I hate that the media and the fans turn it into a whole race thing. Because even if you look in
Understandable.
the comments, it's the same damn thing. Why,
Yeah.
I'm not even gonna repeat some of the stuff I saw. I don't even know why. I looked in the comments, I knew what I was going to see,
You knew you will
but
see. You knew
it
you'll
it,
see.
it kind of
Yeah, I
reminds
hate
me.
that aspect of it. I
It
do.
kind of reminds me of the old days of Yahoo when you read a story and then you go read the comments. You know it's gonna be racial comments, but you go look at it anyway. That's how it was for me.
Yeah,
But
yeah.
anyway, they play each other again June 7th in Chicago.
Okay.
Um, and I just want to see the Sky like at least have a close game this next game and not get
Yeah.
blown out.
Did this
I
guy
was
do any good recruiting in the off season?
I don't think so.
Mm.
I did I didn't pay that much attention. Also, 'cause I heard this. I don't know where it came from. It was about Caitlin Clark and a triple double. So
Oh
she is
yeah.
she is tied for third on the list for the most triple doubles in NBA history. Alicia
Mm-hmm.
Alicia Thompson has the most with 15 triple doubles, 11 in a regular season and four in the playoffs. Sabrina Ionescu has four triple doubles. Caitlin Clark and Candace Parker are tied for three triple doubles apiece. So shout
Yeah,
out
but
to
she's done
Asia
it
Reed.
in. I think she's gonna surpass them because she's done it in like what 42 games, and
No, she's done it in a season and then the start of this one. We will see. We can't predict the future. Because I
okay,
mean, if triple doubles, I mean, it's not easy to get triple double, but she does have a better team around her. We will see.
okay.
I won't say it's a guarantee she'll surpass because we don't know. We don't
So,
know.
quick question: this is thinking into the future. If Caitlyn goes her whole career and never wins the championship, is she could she still be considered the number one female basketball player? Like, what does she have to do to take that spot?
She she has to win championships. But say hypothetically, say she never wins a WNBA title. Hypothetically, even
Mm-hmm.
if she doesn't, she's already a legend in the women's game because
True.
it's like I'm not now for the dumb people that's listening to this. Don't hop in the comments. I'm not comparing her to this basketball player. What I'm saying is both their influence on the game has changed. If she doesn't win a WNBA title, I feel like her influence on the game will be kind of like how it was for Allen Iverson. Allen Iverson never won a championship, but his influence on the game like changed the game completely. Caitlin Clark, she's changed the game already. She changed the WNBA right when she got in there. As soon as she got in
Yeah.
there, then now the Fever has private airplanes. They fly private.
Yeah.
Like she's
Yeah.
bringing more. She's helped bringing more attention to the W in general. So she's already a legend in the game, no matter what. But
Okay.
as far as being the top player in the league, she has to win championship. Because Asia Wilson, what has I think like two championships
Does
right
she have
now.
two? I think she do.
So
I
it's
think
like
so.
to be the top dog, you gotta beat the top dog. You can't just get it handed to you. That's
True.
not
Very
that's not
true.
how to as much as people want that to happen in sports, that's not how it works. You have to win. You have to
Yeah.
win. So until
Yeah.
further notice, Adrian Wilson is the top dog until Caitlin Clark start winning championships. So
Understandable. Well, speaking of top dogs and schedules, DC, James Gunn, the runner of DC as of now, the movies, television, whole entertainment process of DC at Warner Brothers, has come out and told us that there is no specific way to watch the upcoming DC films. There's no like timeline to watch them in besides the timeline of them being released when they're released. So with Marvel, some movies are set in the past, some movies are set now, some movies are set somewhat in the future that come back to the present. DC, he made his very simple. James Gunn said this simply: watch it when it releases. So you have, oh dang, I saved it. Let me see. You have Creature Commandos, Superman, Peacemaker, Lanterns, and Supergirl are all coming out this year and a little bit into next year. I think I think we're gonna get Peacemaker before Superman, so you would switch those around. So basically, he's saying watch it: Creature Commandos, Peacemaker, Superman, Lanterns, and then Supergirl. So that gives us a rough estimate of how everything is supposed to come out. Of course, when he first became the DC executive producer and stuff like that, he released at least 10 projects he said he was going to have come out for the first chapter of DC. Of course, some of those movies got delayed, got pushed back, couldn't get into production as fast as they would want to. Scripts, all that good stuff. So they got pushed back. So they weren't focused into that first chapter. So I think that's why he came out and said this and let us know that, hey, just watch them when they release. That should be good enough. So I am 100% excited for Superman. We actually got another picture of Superman, new picture of Superman standing. I believe he's in the Fortress of Solitude, standing there, and it looks good. It's a good picture. But speaking of the latest Superman trailer, there's been a lot of comments of people they were excited, but now they're not excited, or vice versa. They weren't excited, but now they're excited. Some people say there's too many characters. Some people say they love that there's so many different characters. Some people say Superman looks weak. Some people say Superman looks like a whole new strong Superman. Some people compared him to Zack Snyder's Superman. It was like, we want Henry Cavill back. Some people will say Henry Cavill who. So they've been going back and forth with this. Honestly, I'm excited to go see it, but really you won't know what it is until we go see it. It gave me a different view of this Superman movie from that last trailer. I think that trailer was a better trailer, better put together, gave you a more sense of the movie, gave you a more sense of the style of the movie, what they're going for. It lets you know this is not Zack Snyder's Superman. This is not Zack Snyder's DC, where it's all dark and gritty. We having fun over here a little bit, some light stuff, but we're gonna throw them hands because Superman was doing a lot of fighting in that trailer. Um, we also got some not a what was it? Not a interview. Well, he was getting an interview. Andy Serkis, who played I just blanked. Who's Batman's butler?
Alfred,
Dang it. Alfred. There we go. I blanked on Alfred's name, guys. That happens. Brain fart. So Andy Serkis was promoting he's working on Lord of the Rings, Hunt for Golem. He's working on that, and he was getting an interview, and they asked him some questions about Batman 2. He said he's looking forward to the Batman 2 sequel. He wishes that Alfred gets more of a relationship building time with Bruce. He loved what uh, Matt Reeves did with the first Batman, how he set that up, but he felt that Alfred didn't get a lot of time with Bruce being a parent, and he wants to have that kind of Alfred trying to be a parent and not ever being a parent. He wants that be incorporated into the sequel and give Alfred a little more fleshed out trying to be Bruce's father figure in that movie, which I can understand. Alfred is a big component to Bruce Wayne Batman, besides just helping him with all the Batman stuff and the exercise and stitching him up. He's also a father figure to Bruce, to the father he did not have because his father died. Spoilers if you didn't know that about Batman. That's happened 50 years now. But yeah, I can understand that is a good thing to want to do with that movie that gives it a little more gravitas, give it a little more grounding to it. But yeah, I am still excited for Batman 2. I just don't know if they're going to get around to making it, unfortunately. But yeah, let me know. Are you guys excited about the DC release schedule? You see what it's going to be. The next DC related piece of information we have is going to be Peacemaker, I believe. Yeah, Peacemaker is the next piece of DC entertainment we're going to get. And I think that comes out June comes out somewhere in June. Also, I forgot this part. James Gunn also addressed rumors that Bizarro is supposed to be Ultraman or supposed to be in the Superman movie. He claims he's not, but he also claimed that Ultraman, that's not Ultraman, but a toy came out that says Ultraman on it. So the toys will get you in trouble every time because them toy companies be like, hey, we need to know the script because we got to put these toys out. We're going to do these toys. A lot of Marvel movies, things got messed up because of toys. They had to send out toys. Toys got leaked a little early, and people was like, oh, that person's going to be in the movie. So James Gunn, I don't know if he was lying or trying to hold stuff close to the chest, but that's part of this internet age now. Everybody can get to you with TikTok, Twitter, or X, Facebook. They can talk to you, and you can talk back to them. Sometimes you probably should not talk to them, but these are human beings. They feel people excited about the stuff they're making, and they want to talk to them. They want to talk to the fans, so I understand it. So he says there's no Bizarro. He said there was no Ultraman either. So one of those is a lie. We'll figure that out in July when the movie comes out. But I am very excited to see the Superman movie. Are you excited? Let us know down below. What is something you're looking forward in this Superman movie? I do like Lois feels different than the normal Lois Lanes we got. She feels more um like street reporter, down to earth street reporter. So that's good. And I want to see their interaction because I think it's not the first time we get a Lois that knows Clark Kent is Superman. We got that in the last one, but this is when they're still kind of young in the relationship, I think, and they know each other's secrets to an extent. So that's going to be really cool to see, really interesting. And I want to see Mr. Terrifics. This would be his, I think, live action movie debut. I believe this is the first time he's in live action on the movie. He's been on TV, but this is his first live action in movies. So I'm very excited for that. But yeah, that is the DC news we have for today. So Marcus, go ahead and hit us with another sports story.
Hey, a question for you. Have you ever been out the country?
No,
Okay.
not at all.
So if you ever go out of country or you work in a different country, always look up the laws and find out what's legal and what's not legal.
Oh yeah, that's only smart.
Word for the wise for anyone who's listening. Because I'm trying to prevent you from being like a player. His name is Jared Shaw, who was recently arrested in Singapore. Right? Singapore, yes.
Mm.
No. Correction. Indonesia. I'm sorry. I don't know where I got Singapore from. Indonesia. Um, Jared Shaw is his name. He's played for several teams in the Indonesian league since 2022. Um, Police raided his apartment. Well, he got some cannabis gummies sent to him to his apartment.
Mm.
Uh, and then police raided his apartment and found 132 pieces of cannabis candies. Um,
Mm.
Thailand decriminalized cannabis in November of 2024. But Indonesia continues to enforce the harsh drug laws. Uh, he's facing the death penalty
Oh
uh,
Jesus.
and life in prison.
Oh
Because,
Jesus.
yes, yes, yes.
Jesus, the death penalty.
Yep. I mean, when he got arrested, he got fired from his basketball team, and he's banned from life from the basketball league. Um, yeah, they don't play about that. Um,
Clearly.
about 530 people are on death row in Indonesia, mostly for drug-related crimes, including 96 foreigners.
Mm.
96 foreigners. Um, yeah, Indonesia's last execution of an Indonesian and three foreigners was carried out in July of 2016. So
Oh
yeah, this reminds me of the whole Brittany Griner situation when she was in
yeah,
Russia. But
yeah.
he's life in prison and the death penalty is what he's facing right now for gummies.
Jesus.
Uh, so
Jesus.
yeah, I don't, and that's the thing. They said he's been playing there since 2022. It's
Yeah, so you've been
2025.
there for a while. You had to know this.
Right. I don't know. Maybe because, Thailand decriminalized cannabis in November of 2024. They thought it was okay. I don't know. But
Mm.
regardless, that's some very harsh sentence for some gummies. So,
Yeah, yeah, bro. You got too excited, too relaxed. You was like, "Yeah, I could get him now because it's been decriminalized." I don't mean it's not still against the law. Yeah, what does
yeah.
decriminalized fully mean?
It
Does that
means,
mean they have the option to not
it,
charge you with it?
I think, yeah, I think more or less is makes it not illegal. Like, you can't be charged for a crime for having it.
Mm, wow. So is he in a different part of it where it's still illegal?
Yeah,
Or
he's in Indonesia. Like, so
okay.
he's in,
Oh,
see,
okay.
Thailand as a
Yeah.
country, but Indonesia, the city,
It
is
just
like,
it just
yeah,
they said so that would be like federal and state. So like
right, yeah,
federally it's still legal to have marijuana. But
right,
statewide, states okay, gotcha.
right.
See?
Yeah, yes,
Clearing
yeah,
up
yeah.
for the dumb people in the back. There we go. I'm one of those dumb people. It's okay. You're not alone. I had to work that out. I had to work it out. Oh, okay. Okay. That makes even more sense. Yeah, you should have been on top of that. You should have
So,
been on top because that's a lot of people going to Illinois getting their weed and coming back across the state line and jail.
Illinois, Illinois, Michigan. And I don't. Here's the thing. I don't understand why this. Well, I don't understand why the state of Wisconsin does not legalize it because you have all the states pretty much surround it and legalize it.
Exactly.
You don't think people?
Exactly.
I'm not going to say what I think people are
And
doing, but I'm just
at
saying.
this point, I don't. I think you'll make more money on it being illegal than you do it being. I said that wrong. You'll make more money on it being legal than it is illegal. I think you would make
Oh,
more money on it.
yeah, I mean, look at the states like Michigan and Illinois, for instance. They are taxing the hell out of that stuff and making a lot of money for their
Hmm.
states because it's legal and they can tax it. And then when you have a state right next door where it's not legal, so you got assuming I don't know, assuming you have people from a neighboring state coming over and buying stuff too, so they just cash it in. So
Exactly. Hey, they
yeah.
gonna pay for it. They will pay for it. They come over and pay for it. Okay. Wow.
So yes, more or less, when you travel outside the country, read up on the laws, find out
Yeah.
what you can do. Because I know even some places, I'm pretty sure in some countries there's like illegal. It's illegal to wear blue jeans. Like wherever you're going, you need to read up on laws to see
You
what's legal,
definitely
what's
need
not.
to read up.
Yeah.
Definitely. Definitely.
So, yeah.
Okay.
So
All
that's my
right.
story.
Push this. All right. So, speaking of reading up, there was a CNC thing going on where they showed some promotional material for Spider-Man Brand New Day, and on the promotional material, they had Spider-Man, and then they had three other individuals on it, smaller size, but he was big and blown up, and three other individuals on it. And I don't think they were supposed to do that at that time because people are under the assumption now that those were the possible villains that will be in the Spider-Man movie Brand New Day. Um, and those villains are one of the villains. I have no idea. I've never heard of him, at least in Marvel. One of them villains is a Boomerang Man. I've never heard of him at all in Marvel. I know there's a Boomerang guy in DC, but not in Marvel. So that was one of the villains. There was Scorpion. Scorpion, we all know, is one of an illustrious villain for Spider-Man. I dig Scorpion. I think his power set is cool, and scorpions and spiders fight. That's a good fight right there. Awesome villain. His backstory is crazy, interesting, and I believe this would be the first time he's in live action in a full suit. Of course, we had Scorpion or somebody who was supposed to be Scorpion in. Oh, they are that. Oh yeah, he's already in that. He's in this universe, in Tom Holland's universe. Anyway, so he was in the after credit scene in Spider-Man No Way Home. What's that? Spider-Man Homecoming. First Spider-Man movie, Homecoming. He was actually in the after credit scene. Was he in the after credit scene of that movie, or was he in the after credit scene of another movie? I think he was in the after credit scene of either Venom 2 or Morbius. Ooh, I might have to look that up. I'm gonna look that up. Or you guys can tell me in the comments because I know you guys know. Um, But yeah, so that was one of the villains on the poster. So there's a good chance we might be getting Scorpion in this new Spider-Man movie, which I think that would be cool. I know this new Spider-Man movie is supposed to be more of a ground level Spider-Man and not like a big cosmic world destroying Spider-Man movie where it's just him fighting local villains and stuff like that, which is really cool. And then the other one is Tombstone. So if you don't know Tombstone, don't worry. I don't know him that well either. But he's pretty much a mob type guy who ends up getting some chemical in him to harden his whole body like a tombstone, like stone. They call him Tombstone. He doesn't have powers. He's just made of rock. He's not like the Thing. He's not super. I think he might be a little bit more than human strength, but not greatly. He's nowhere near as strong as Spider-Man. But I think he might have a little more human strength. But he used guns mostly because he's a mob type dude. So he used gun. But he's also a really cool villain in the Spider-Man universe. So that is also a great addition to Spider-Man. And this would be, I believe, his first live action movie appearance. He's been in the cartoons. He was just in the Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man cartoon. And they're doing his origins before he gets his stone. He is like a student with Peter Parker, which is really cool. If you haven't seen that series, check that out. Friendly Neighborhood Spider-Man. It's a really good series. It's reimagined Spider-Man a bit, switches characters out, stuff like that. But if you're a purist of Spider-Man, you might not want to watch it because you'll be mad they changed certain things. But if you just understand Spider-Man is supposed to be for everybody and anybody can be under the mask, which makes it more of an appealing superhero, then you should go watch it and enjoy it because it's really good. I can't wait for season 2 to come out. I don't know. I think it's coming out next year. We'll see. But like I said, so we're going to have Boomerang, Scorpion, and Tombstone will be the ground villains for this new Spider-Man movie. Rumored to be. Could be wrong. That could 100% not be the case. But also, we also had talks that Mr. Negative was going to be in the Spider-Man movie. So if I'm making the movie, I think we have Mr. Negative doing his thing. He's the big arching villain. And Tombstone is with Mr. Negative, are fighting for territory with Mr. Negative. And Scorpion is like Boomerang is clearly the first villain Spider-Man is going to beat in the beginning of the movie. He's going to beat him real quick. Scorpion is going to be the middle villain he beats, and then he's going to fight Tombstone and Negative Man towards the end. I think that's how the movie's going to go. At least that's how I would do it. But yeah, let me know, you guys excited for the possibilities of these 3 villains being in this Spider-Man movie. On top of, oh, they cast a lady from The Bear. I don't know who her name is because I watched The Bear a little bit. I let it go. Um, Dang it, I forget her name. I should have wrote it down. But they cast her in a role in this Spider-Man movie, and people are theorizing that she might be Miles Morales' mom because she is, I want to say Cuban, but I could be wrong. And if I'm wrong, I apologize. Miss relate racially uh, identifying someone in the wrong race they are. But people are suggesting that she might be Miles Morales' mom, Ria. I want to say Rio Morales. Oh, I think that's her name. I watched that movie so many times and I'm blanking on her name. That's so upsetting. But yeah, she also has been cast in this movie, so we're not sure what role she will be playing. But if she is playing Miles Morales' mom, that means we might get Miles Morales in this too. So that's why we could have so many villains because he could come and be fighting with Peter. That would be amazing. I'm sorry, I just got really excited if that's going to happen because we will finally get a live action Black Spider-Man, and that would be awesome. That would be so awesome. Speaking of seeing yourself in movies, my kids get to see all this in these movies that they love. It's a great time to be a black kid. Is mostly it's a great time. But
Yeah.
yeah, that is
Unless you're a child in a park in Minnesota, then it's not.
yeah. Unfortunately, you still have that, but that's always been going on. So we're kind of numb to it to an extent, unfortunately, which should not happen. Let's fix that, people. Let's fix that in the world. But yeah, let me know if you are excited of potentially having these villains in this new Spider-Man movie. Are you excited for most of these villains' first live action movies? I believe so. That was really cool to see. But yeah, Let us know in the comments what you think. Yeah, that's my last story of the night. Marcus, go ahead and hit them. What is your last
Okay.
sports story of the night?
I'm just gonna wrap it up with some NBA playoffs.
Oh
Now
yeah,
we
yeah,
get
hit us with it.
now we get into the nitty gritty. We down to the last four teams. So
So, quick
last night game.
question. These last four teams had it. All of these teams have won the championship at one point in time.
No,
No, not just. I mean, just throughout the history of their teams.
no,
No, I thought the
no.
Knicks won it all at one time.
Yeah, the Knicks won before, but you have
Did the
Minnesota and
Minnesota?
Oklahoma.
Okay,
You have
Oklahoma.
Indiana, and New York.
So only one of these teams have won the championship before.
The Knicks has won it before.
Okay.
Uh, Minnesota, Minnesota, because Minnesota was the Lakers was it. The Lakers were in Minnesota before they moved to
Okay.
LA.
We don't
So
count that.
yes, Minnesota doesn't have any championships.
Okay.
I'm pretty sure it's Seattle. I don't think Seattle ever won anything. And the Pacers, I don't believe the Pacers have won any championships either. I'm just double checking. Uh, no,
Okay.
they've gotten to the finals before. Like
Uh-huh. Okay.
2000, they played the Lakers, the Shaq and Kobe Lakers. And
Okay.
yeah, but they've never. Uh,
Okay.
wait. The Pacers
So
are Pacers are one of 10 franchises to never win a NBA title.
there's a chance we will have a team win their first NBA title at the
Yes,
end of these series. Okay. Okay.
yes,
There's a chance.
it's a
Okay.
chance.
Okay.
I
Well,
mean, I would say it's a strong chance. It's a strong chance that you'll get a team that's win their first title ever.
okay.
Correction. Seattle won the title in '79. Which one is? Yeah. So for those of you who don't know, Oklahoma City Thunder was originally the Seattle Supersonics. They moved from Seattle
Oh yeah.
down to Oklahoma because when Hurricane Katrina came around, the Hornets were the New Orleans Hornets. And then when
Mm-hmm.
Katrina came around and flooded New Orleans, they moved to Oklahoma. It was in Oklahoma for a while, and then NBA figured that so you have a strong fan base in Oklahoma. So then the Seattle Supersonics, they was trying to get a new stadium up in Seattle,
Mm-hmm.
wasn't quite working. So then they moved them from Seattle down to Oklahoma. So
Okay.
that's how
Well,
that happened.
I'ma still say it's three teams that had a chance to win the title for the first time. Because
Yes, I
technically
mean,
y'all a new team.
right.
Technically.
Technically, Oklahoma has not won one, but Seattle has.
Exactly.
Uh,
So still a
so
chance.
yes. So last night was the first game of the Western Conference Finals between the Oklahoma City Thunder and the Minnesota Timberwolves. Oklahoma won that game 114-88. I missed I missed majority of this game because I was playing basketball myself. I called a little bit of it in between basketball games. The first half was it's a tight game, but then in the third quarter, Oklahoma went on a run. I think they went on a 20-6 run in the third quarter. I see Oklahoma scored 32 in the third quarter, and Minnesota only scored 18. So uh, Oklahoma really clamped down on defense.
Mm-hmm.
Minnesota as a team shot horribly, from the 3-point line. Um, they were 15 for 51. Minnesota as a team from the 3-point line.
Ooh, Jesus.
That's 29%. Oklahoma, on the other hand, only shot 21 3-pointers and they made 11. So they shot 52%. So the combination of Oklahoma's defense and Minnesota's terrible 3-point shooting, that's what made this game. Uh, the first half, Minnesota kept SGA in check,
Mm-hmm.
which, side note, it has finally been announced that he is the MVP of the league. I
Okay.
mean, we all knew that was going to happen. We just waited for them to announce it. They finally announced it this morning. But SGA finished with 31 points. Uh, Anthony Edwards only had 18. I think he only took like 13 shots for the whole game.
Mm.
I was expecting, I want Minnesota to win this series, but I was expecting them to lose this first game. So I'm hoping for a bounce back from Minnesota in game two. Game two is tomorrow, 7:30 on ESPN. So I will be locked in for that tomorrow, Thursday. Yeah, I'll be locked in for that. And then right now we have game one of the Eastern Conference Finals between the New York Knicks and Indiana Pacers. The current score is 79-72 with 6:31 left in the third quarter. Um, I haven't seen much of this game either because right as it was started, we started to record. So I'm going to watch the end of the game. Uh, yeah, so I say I would like to see Minnesota and I guess the Knicks in the finals. That's what I would like to see. Um, it would be good for the NBA if the Knicks makes the finals. Um, I think the worst case scenario it would be Oklahoma and Indiana in the finals. And I say that's the worst case scenario because I don't think casual fans knows anything about those two teams. Because I
Yeah,
mean, SGA is the MVP and he is a star, but I don't think he's a household name because Oklahoma City games are not that much televised on TV, on national television, that much. So I don't think
that makes sense.
the casuals wouldn't know. But and then who I actually think is going to make the finals, I think is going to be the Knicks and OKC. And then as far as winning, if it's those two, I think OKC was their first championship this season.
Okay.
Those are it's my prediction. But yeah, Jalen Brunson is tough. He was
He's
voted Mr.
tough.
Clutch. He was voted Mr. Clutch for this season. So
I heard Cat been playing decent.
Cat has been playing decent. Uh Cat, oh my god, they roast Cat so much on the internet. They oh my he has the funniest videos making fun of Cat. Yeah, but yeah, he's been playing well. Also, speaking of if it ends up being New York and Minnesota in the finals, the storyline for that will be super dope because those two teams made a trade and swapped players during the off season. Because Cat was on Minnesota, now he's in New
Oh
York,
yeah,
and Julius Randle and Dante was in New York, and now they're in Minnesota. So if they end up playing each other in the finals, that would be pretty dope.
that'd be a good storyline.
It would be a
That'd be
storyline.
a storyline.
And it would be the perfect ending with Anthony Edwards winning his championship and becoming the MVP. Even though he don't want to be the face of the league, but he's one of my favorite young players in the league right now. So
He definitely does not want to be the face. He just wants the ball and say outrageous stuff. That's all he
yeah,
wants to do.
yep.
Which I can understand. That I mean, that's what you've been playing all your life doing, just balling and saying outrageous stuff because you could back it up. But yeah,
Oh,
you.
I got one question for you. It has nothing to do with sports. Um, I mean, I guess I could finagle it and make it about superheroes, but
Okay.
I want to know what's your opinion on this one because I was like, what? How did it start? When did it start? And why this has started? So earlier, your first topic, you was talking about Ironheart and how it's a black woman and people are getting upset, yada yada yada. What is your take on this new trend that gingers are black? Have you seen it? I'm
Yeah,
like,
I
what?
see that. I
And then
seen that.
I see videos of gingers crying to, oh, I've been more accepted by the black community as I ever been accepted by the white community. I feel so loved, and I'm like, what is going on right now? I,
Yeah, I see that. I
like,
seen it on TikTok, and I see some of them have some good videos, funny videos, accepting that they black and like being a part of the black community. Some of those was really good videos, and then of course you have the one that mess it up for everybody else that do some wild stuff and be like, you know what? Never mind, we'll take it back, y'all. Never mind, you can't be a part of the culture no more. It's I guess what is it? It's something about the word ginger is the other word. Somebody
yeah,
said
yeah.
that.
Yeah, I saw that. They were like, "Oh, you said that hard to eat R or ginger. Oh, we're using a hard R." I'm like, "What is happening right now?"
So that's wild. Uh, I I don't I seen the lady that first posted was like gingers are black. And then I seen her come back was like, sorry, one guy messed it up for you guys. I got to take it back. So, um, it's all fun and games until somebody say something stupid. But I don't mind it because it gives people a chance to stop being so divided and stuff. Like it
Mhm.
was a moment where everybody just came together and was like, okay, we all won to an extent, and that was a beautiful day because it only lasts a day, but somebody fucked it up. It only
Yeah.
lasts a day, but it was internet fun, and then somebody ruined the internet fun,
Yeah,
unfortunately.
I saw a black guy. He was a like he was actually a black ginger. He was a black guy with red hair, and he
Okay.
was on a whiteboard and he was explaining to his classmates about how it works. I'm like, this is why I don't know what's going on. But yeah,
I don't know any of the genetics into it. I don't know if it's genetically somewhere online we split and made gingers or something like that. I don't know how that
uh,
works.
yeah,
I know who was it? The other lady from the bear, uh the black lady. I don't know how to pronounce her name properly, so I'm gonna butcher it. The Dabo, who that sounds so bad. But I know she was doing some joke where she was acting like she was from Ireland, and every time she gave an interview, she would say "shout out to my Ireland folks." And
mhm,
then some people from Ireland was like, "Yeah, we appreciate you representing us, and you definitely this is your home now. We accept you, we bring you in." So that was fun. So like
yeah.
it's if we can have fun with each other and realize we're not so much different and embrace each other's cultures and differences and grow together, the world would be so much of a better place. But we're human beings and we have to find differences to make ourselves feel better. That's
I,
just the sad part about it.
I will say when all that was going on, it did make me think of Sinners. With, he's outside singing. I'm like, yeah, okay. So, I don't know. Yeah.
And I think that's one of the reasons why he picked that Irish back setting for them, because we're a little more alike than we realize. A lot of our customs are real close to their customs, to an
Yeah.
extent. So I think that was one of the reasons why he picked him too. So which hey, learn your history, people. Are you doomed to repeat it, as they once say? Um, yeah. But guys,
Yeah.
that is the podcast for this week. Thank you for showing up, listening. If you could, we would greatly appreciate you share it out to all the people you know, all the
Share.
people,
Hit the like
everybody.
button. Hit the like button, the
Yeah,
subscribe button, so you know when we posting.
yeah,
Share, share with family, friends, social media. Share. It seems like the people they love our shorts. Share
yeah.
those.
Share the
Comment.
shorts.
Comment on the shorts. Like the shorts. We appreciate
We
it.
be trying to get in them comments. We got so many different social medias, and they don't always notify us when we get a comment. So I be trying to check them periodically. But we be in the comments talking back to y'all. So we greatly appreciate
Yeah, they definitely was in the comments that last episode. Who
it.
knew? What? Who knew?
But also, if you want to leave a voicemail and possibly get on the podcast, go ahead and look at the description down below. Leave your voicemail, something about superhero or sports or even life sometimes. Long as it's not no weird shit, we would gladly answer it. So go ahead and leave your voicemail and possibly get on the next episode of Sports and Superheroes. But guys, thank you so much for listening. Appreciate it so much. If you there's an audio version of this too, so if you don't want to look at our beautiful faces, you can just listen to the audio version. Go over there, give us 5 stars. That helps us with the algorithm, and it's on Spotify. So go hit us up on Spotify as well, like that. Help that over there. So we don't get a lot of listens on the audio one. So go listen over there too. Appreciate it. But guys, thank you once again. Appreciate it. We have so much fun doing this, and we have fun knowing that you guys have fun listening. So until next time, peace.
Peace.